Our youth these days need a place to grow their self-confidence, find new friends, build those relationships, new skills. And there is a wonderful organization right here in Northeast Ohio that is doing that with the heart of and values of our military. Here with me today, two representatives from the Young Marines. We have Jack and Emily. Hi, guys. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting us.
So, Jack and Emily, give us a little bit. You guys are obviously enlisted, and you've got all of your ribbons. You guys are in full uniform here. Tell me, Emily, how long have you been part of the Young Marine organization?
I've been in the Young Marines for about 10 years now. I joined when I was 8 years old, and I am now about to be 18.
Wow, that's you've obviously learned a lot and grown significantly over that time.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have your next phase. You're not done, are you?
No, I'm not. I actually just enlisted into the Marine Corps last month.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for making that choice, and we're eternally grateful for you. And we've got Jack. How are you growing as a young Marine, and how long have you been in?
I've been in for 6 years. I joined when I was 8 years old, and I'm 14 now. And I have grown through leadership, showing kids that no matter what, like, you can do it. Just keep going and don't let anything stop you.
You guys are, it really is an amazing organization. To start at 8, especially, a time when there's so much uncertainty, you're still trying to figure out school, let alone what's going on in your life and your world, but you decided to take that step to better yourself and better your communities. What are some of the activities that you're doing in the community, and you've got monthly and weekly drills? What are some of those?
So within the community, we do a lot of veterans appreciation and community service. Last week, for Veterans Day, we had a veterans dinner where we just went, we helped out, made sure everyone had what they needed, and we were able to thank veterans for their service. We also get out in the community. During Red Ribbon Week in the past, we have put red bows on different telephone poles just to spread the awareness of substance abuse. Our unit even held a DDR Dash, which is a drug demand reduction 5K, just to spread awareness of substance abuse in the community and how to say no.
Wow, yeah, very important message that you guys are helping to share and convey. And Jack, what about some of the activities when you're doing drills? What does that work?
It's typically the second weekend of every month. We typically start out at around 8:30, and we start doing PT, which is physical training. And then after that, we go into classes, and then we actually eat lunch. And then we go in a little bit more classes, and then after that, at around 4 o'clock, we typically leave, and then start the next day of the weekend, and that's basically how we wrap up our drill weekend. Typically in the classroom, we're learning about anything that's in the guidebook. It can range from leadership to skills outside to anything physical training, uniforms, what we're supposed to be eating with our bodies, drug demand reduction, and just all around things that are in our guidebook and things that we need to be learning.
Really taking principles that, adults are learning at 18, going into our military on how to do drills and PT, and you guys started at 8? That's, talk about impressive, because at 8, that's not anything that I was thinking about doing. Kelly's over here shaking her head. Nope. So, can anybody at any time, is there a recruitment period?
It's varied with how we do our recruit cycles. At the current moment, we do regimental, so everyone our Ohio regiment send their recruits to our unit, and we do a weekend where we have our instructors. So, our senior, higher-ranking young Marines come and teach these recruits from all around the regiment. And we do it this way so that through every unit, everyone's learning the same thing during recruit training.
Okay.
And currently it's quarterly, but if you're interested in the program, you usually reach out to someone who is in charge of the unit, and then they get you set up with how to fill out all of the forms and when you can sign on.
And some people listening may go, okay, Young Marines, does this mean I'm enlisting? Does this mean I'm signing up for a lifetime of of it, you know, being in the Marines? And does everybody go on typically, or is it really a case-by-case basis? I mean, Jack, what are your plans?
I really don't know yet. I want to go to the military, but I really don't know yet.
What is, I guess, one of the greatest things that you think you've taken away from this experience and being part of the Young Marines?
Really influenced my life in a way that it's kind of hard to describe. One of the biggest things for me is that it taught me how to use my weaknesses as my strengths, or how to better myself. One of my biggest problems was that I was always too quiet and I wouldn't step out of my comfort zone, but being in the Young Marines and making the relationships that I have really shown me to gain that confidence and that I can step out of my comfort zone and lead.
How has it influenced you in your life, and how do you feel it's changed you for the better?
It has mainly influenced me by, like, making me, I could say, more calm. I'm not as jittery. I'm not as jumpy. I've disciplined myself through the program, and I'm able to just lead other kids and Young Marines throughout the program and teach them how they can better themselves.
Emily, you recently got a great accolade, correct?
So in 2024, I became the Division 5 Young Marine of the Year. So it was a board. We were in Michigan, and we had different Young Marines from all over Division 5 come and board for the Young Marine of the Year. And so I was honored to earn the title of Division 5 Young Marine of the Year.
And what comes with that accolade of being Division Marine of the Year?
Honestly, so many different opportunities. I've been to so many places, and I've gotten to meet so many new people and just make those relationships that I can. I think one of the most honorable things that I got to do as a former Division Young Marine of the Year was we had the honor of going to Iwo Jima and hiking Mount Suribachi with the past Division Young Marines of 2024 and the current Division Young Marines, and then the Jimmy Trimble Scholarship winners. But it was really a once-in-a-lifetime kind of experience. I know that during that month I came back to school and no one could say that they hiked Mount Suribachi either. And just knowing that the Young Marines gives me all of these opportunities, it's really a program that I'm glad to be a part of.
Wow, that's a great opportunity, and obviously well-deserved accolade for you. But Jack, you've got one as well.
Yeah, so I am the Ohio Regimental Young Marine of the Year. I'm the Senior Regimental Young Marine of the Year, meaning I'm the Regimental Sergeant Major of Ohio. And what I could take away most from that is just meeting all the different people from Ohio and all the people that are Young Marines and that have been doing the same stuff as me, and how they've improved themselves as Young Marines, and just seeing how far they've came since I've met them.
You guys are an inspiration, and you know, I mentioned prior to us kind of getting started here, this was something that I'd like to get my son involved, and you guys both started at 8. You joined and obviously have become such amazing people. What would you say to an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, someone that's thinking about this, but is apprehensive, and even some encouragement for parents that, the kids may say, I want to do this, but the parents are like, ooh, that's a lot for me.
I would tell them that you never know how it is until you join.
Yeah. I would say that being at that age doesn't really matter. Just join, because you can't really knock it till you try it. It might look like it's pretty difficult and it's really stressful and you might be scared of it, but I think once you join, you're just going to have the time of your life.
Wonderful.
I would tell them that they should just go for it. It's one of the best things that happened to me, and I know everyone has their own experience, but when they join and they make all of the different relationships and learn all of the skills they have, they definitely won't regret it.
All the different skills. We were looking and seeing all the different things that you guys can do. What's your favorite, activity that you guys have done?
So my favorite experience has been traveling to Hawaii to go for the memorial of Pearl Harbor, and going to see all the things and all the history and the facts behind Pearl Harbor and how far we've came since then. And then another thing is the spaces events we go to, which are national all over the U.S. So I recently went to Camp Chester, and there were people there all the way from California. People from all over the United States have came to Camp Chester, and just meeting all of them. It's so much more than just our unit, but it's everywhere else. It's not as restricted as you would think. It's a bunch of fun and just meeting people from all over the place.
So these experiences where you can go to Pearl Harbor and you can go to these different camps and do these different activities. Like, these are like things that normal people and everyday people aren't going to be able to experience, but you guys get to do. And what about you, Emily? What's kind of been your favorite?
I've had a lot of different opportunities. I also just went to a Spaces event during the summer. I went to Wilderness Adventures, so we were in Yellowstone and we got to camp out under the stars and do different activities. We did things such as whitewater rafting. We even went kayaking and canoeing just about every day in a different hike, and we learned life skills of how to camp. We didn't have any resources besides someone that we had brought, so we were cooking our own food outside and everything. But one of my favorite events that I do every year is our leadership schools, and it's where we have our cadre, who are our senior young Marines that are instructing. And we have 3 different leadership schools: JLS, SLS, and ALS. So it's Junior Leadership School, Senior Leadership School, and Advanced Leadership School. And it really, when you're teaching while you're there, you're seeing the passion in all of the young Marines, and they're eager to learn. And even just in a week, you see how you can help them improve, and you can teach them so much in just a short little bit of time. And you get to meet so many different people, and those friendships stay with you for a lifetime.
I love that. And while I know I would not last through PT, I really wish that there was something like this for people my age, because it's so exciting.
I want to go whitewater rafting.
But the confidence and the friendships and the experiences that you guys have gotten and that you guys are getting, it's just making you better all around people, and that is something that you can't go wrong with, and such a great organization. How can people find you guys? If someone wants to get involved, kind of what's the process?
It's www.youngmarines.org, and you just find a local unit near you. It even has a little spot for that, and then you just reach out to the units around you and see which one you want to get involved in.
All right, and thank you so much for being here and what you guys are doing in our community. Emily, thank you for signing up for your next journey as a U.S. Marine. Kelly, we wouldn't be able to do this without you. And right now I really don't have words, because I am just really excited that we were able to have the Young Marines as our friend and neighbor, and that you're stepping up to still continue this wonderful partnership that we've had for over 3 years.
It's been a really fantastic journey for not only Unity Catholic Federal Credit Union, but for me, myself. I kind of live in my own little bubble, and then once a month I get to meet a fantastic organization, really impressive young Marines. I didn't know that there was a Young Marine program, and being able to learn about that and the impact that it's having not only on the Marines, but their communities and the outreach. And something that Emily said about those friendships lasting a lifetime, and you can't put a price tag on that. Some people live a life that is just in a bubble, and knowing that they've been able to go and sleep under the stars in Yellowstone. I mean, yeah, they're kind of like dream things.
Yeah.
And they're so young, and they're just so well articulated, and I really think that it's a great structured program for kids of that age. I can't imagine an 8-year-old actually making the decision that, yeah, I want to be a young Marine. So what, do you guys come from, like, military families?
I do not come from a military family. My brother, when he was little, he had joined at 8 years old. And then so my other brother joined, and then
Okay.
It's a family tradition.
Yeah,
That's what it seems to
awesome.
be. But that's, I mean, the character building, the confidence, I mean, it is amazing to see. And that you guys chose to do that starting so young is very commendable. So thank you so much for that. And Kelly, you and Unity Catholic, you guys are out there in the community. You guys are building those relationships with our community members, and this is a great organization to be able to highlight.
Absolutely. And, each one of the Friends and Neighbors visits that we have, I learn something new that I can then take to the groups that we support. As you know, I do a lot of financial education in schools, and that's a core skill that people need to know. And we start really young with that, with our Student Savers program. I think we do that in 12 K-8 schools. And it's just a really good opportunity to make savings fun and rewarding for the student. And it's super rewarding for us as the representatives that get to go into the schools. So, super happy to be here and so excited to be able to present you the gigantic check of $500.
thank you.